Let's just, okay, so here we are. Now the first thing that we're going to do, the next thing that we're going to do rather, with this plant pot activity is use a ball of twine. Now the ball of twine is on the left hand side and the end of the string is on the right. So we put it out and we put left over right and pull it through. And when we've done that, we take the right hand thread, pull it through and pull it tight. And what we've created here is a slip knot. The knot gets bigger, makes the loop bigger, or it makes the loop smaller, like this. And what we're going to do is put the yarn over our pot and pull it tight. And once we've pulled it tight, you can turn it onto its side. Now you can position this wherever you like. I'm going to do 2, and I'm going to try and position it so that it's nice and level. So turn it around, you can see here it's a bit lower, so I'm going to pull it up a bit, and then you take the long piece connected to the yarn and you start tying, and try as far as possible to keep the 2 loops next to one another, so that we can make a nice band of decorative string. This doesn't do anything, all it does is look nice. So I'm going to go one more time round. One more time round. And then we're going to start going over. Don't worry if there's a little bit tangled underneath, it doesn't make any difference at all. Pull it over, pull it over, and just keep going. And all this does, as I said, is a bit of decoration. So if you don't want to do it, that's also absolutely fine. I just happen to think it looks nice. So I'm going to keep going round and round, round and round, round and round, and then when I think I've had enough, I'm going to take a pair of scissors and snip it off. I'm going to snip off quite a bit because I want to tie it off nice and neatly. So I'm going to take my yarn, push it underneath all the loops, pull it nice and tight, push it under all the loops again, nice and tight, and one more time to make it nice and tight. Now before I pull the loop totally, I'm going to push it through the loop so the loop itself is a knot. Then I'm going to pull all the way round again, and where the knot, where you can see the slip knot that we did originally, pulling it through, and again before the loop comes all the way down, I'm going to tie it again. Now, this is entirely up to you, but what you can do is make a bow like a shoelace and tie it off, because remember, it's going to be a present for somebody in your life. You've got it there, and there you've got your tied off plant pot. Now, what we're going to do next is put a plant inside it. Now, you probably know how to do that, but I'm going to show you anyway. Okay, so here we are, and we've got a good few handfuls of soil. Now, this is just ordinary soil from the garden, and you can see there's lots of little dry roots and things in there, but this is the best I could do. Maybe you could buy some compost, but that's up to the grown-up that you live with. Now, what we're going to do, I'm going to push this to one side just so that you can see. I'm going to take a handful of earth. You're probably going to need a few more handfuls than me. My hands are a bit bigger. And just fill the bottom of my pot. And then I'm going to test to see whether my plant fits, and it does. So I'm going to hold the plant quite firmly, loosen this pelargonium, which is what it's called, and break up just very gently the root ball here, just so the plant knows that it can grow a bit more. And then I'm going to, actually I think I need a bit more, put some more soil in, and then pack it firmly around my plant. Now, it doesn't matter if you make a bit of mess, but you do have to remember to tidy up once you've finished. My friends are always saying their children want to do things but don't want to tidy up afterwards, and that, unfortunately, is not how the world works. We have to tidy up after we finish. So I'm going to grab together a bit more soil. Now you can see that my string is getting dirty, but don't worry about that. All we need to do is brush it off. Try and keep the soil even all the way around. In fact, I'm going to need a bit more soil, so I'm going to go and get it and then firmly pack it down. Let me just use up this soil first. Get rid of the roots, any roots that are in there. I'm going to turn it all the way around. And you can see, or hopefully you can see, I'm really pushing it in. Actually, I think I'm okay with the soil. So let me move that out of the way. Get that last little bit. Turn it around a bit more. Get all those pesky roots out of the way, because I don't want them growing again. And push it all the way in. Now, once you've pushed it all the way in, you need to give your plant a good watering. Now, I haven't got a watering can, so I'm just going to do it under the tap, but you have to be really nice and gentle. But before we do that, let's quickly brush off all this soil. And you can see the soil brushes off quite easily and makes the string nice and bright again. And then I'll take some photographs of our plant and our new pot, and I think you'll find that it looks really quite impressive. Let me just brush off these leaves as well. Now, this is a plant for my mum, because she said she wanted a plant for a particular place in our garden. So there we go. I'm just going to brush off the soil. Now, I'm in my workshop, so my workshop is allowed to be a bit dirtier than other places, but you have to remember But if you're doing this in the kitchen or in the dining room or in the living room, you have to be really careful to put things down to protect the carpet or protect the floor. And make sure you tidy up after you finish, so that mum, dad or your auntie or uncle or whoever it is allowing you to do it, lets you do it again. Okay, bye.